Hi everybody and welcome to the channel. I'd like to talk today about the Leeds United vs Brentford game. Probably not the result everybody wanted, but on reflection, a point is a point. We just need to pick up points wherever we can. I thought Brentford are a team that's really on form at the moment. Really hard to break down at the back, as we witnessed at the weekend. The table doesn't lie. They are much better than us at this current moment in time. However, that's all the negativity out of the way. I thought Leeds as a team played really well. I thought we defended exceptionally well, which is a first. And overall, I think Brentford came and played the low block, tried to play balls over the top, which we coped with throughout the game, and in the second half particularly we really kept them quiet. I thought there were some outstanding performances at the weekend as well. Wöber seems to be the glue that we needed for that defence. Automatically that whole back line seemed to have a lot more confidence. Now, I'm not going to go into who I think should have been playing from the start rather than the team that was selected by Jesse, because the game's been and gone now anyway. I thought Ayling had a bang average game. Couple of little errors, but nothing glaring. Robin Koch. I still think Robin Koch is a very good defender, but I think he's been left exposed. He had an exceptional game, and both him and Wöber both going in for tackles wholeheartedly, like what we want as fans. That's what we want, David Batty-esque. Firm but fair. You know, we can't do tackles like we've done in previous years. The game's moved on since then, but we still want our players to get stuck in. And between Tyler Adams, Wöber and Koch, sensational. Really got the crowd lifted. I thought Strauch had a better game than he's had of late. I still think he's hesitant at the final quarter of the pitch. I also thought that both Struijk, Gnonto and Harrison were getting in each other's way a little bit down that left hand side. I'd actually like to see, I thought Harrison had a good game actually, a much better game than he has had of late. I'd have liked to have seen him on the left. And possibly put Gnonto on the right, or even through the middle, because he's got that type of game where he can slalom through players. Harrison's probably got the quickest feet in the team. He can mesmerise you with passing his ball from one foot to the other, and probably got a slightly faster turn of pace than Gnonto as well. I'd have liked to have seen that a bit more, but like I said, I'm not picking the team. This isn't about what team I thought Jesse should have picked. I think it's a very good result anyway. A lot of teams that on paper are much better than us and have a better squad than us have struggled to break Brentford down. They are very well organised, and that's actually refreshing, because that's what we look like at the back this last game. So congratulations to Jesse. I don't think, well, in my opinion, going forward, if we get more money and we can improve the squad even further, he's still not the manager for me. I don't think his tactics are astute enough, and it showed because we couldn't break them down. But like I said, far better teams have tried and failed to break Brentford down this season, and I'm sure more will. Did we want 3 points? Of course we did, because we are perilously close to the bottom of the table, and actually on Saturday for 10 minutes we did dip into the relegation zone, and we're only 1 point above it. Admittedly, we have got a game in hand over most of the people below us and in and around us as well. However, unfortunately, we've missed that boat. Those two games that were suspended, around the Queen's death and then her funeral in Nottingham Forest and Manchester United. They were both having really poor form at that moment in time. Leeds weren't playing much better, but they've both picked up now. The team at Nottingham Forest seems to be gelling. I mean, I don't know how many new players they've now got in since the start of the season. It's probably nearer 15, 18 now, isn't it? But they do seem to be gelling now, and they are picking up results and climbing the table, which is what we need to do. So it's unfortunate we didn't play them when we were supposed to. Manchester United again, they were unlucky to lose at the weekend. Not that I would have minded. I'm sure you wouldn't have. But yet again, they've started to gel now. Ten Hag has got his teeth into them. So yeah, it's a shame we didn't get to play them. But anyway, this is diverting from the route of the video. I really did think they played well. I think Rocker had an okay game. I think he gets a lot more stick than some people due to the fact that his role in midfield isn't like Tyler Adams, where he'll do a crunching tackle, win the ball, do a very simple pass sideways. Rocker is trying to break those lines, and the problem is it was that congested at the weekend that it does get intercepted and then it leaves us open. And I think that's the same in most games. Now, there is some passes that he's done in the past, and I'm not defending him on that looked like simple passes that he messed up on. However, I don't think he had a bad game. I don't think anybody had a bad game this game. Aronson looked a little bit better. Harrison looked miles better, and I think if Aronson was given that little bit of time off, just like Harrison, like I've said previously, I think that might help him. Cine looks rusty as hell, but glad that he's not injured and he's coming back. He just needs to be slowly integrated back into the game. A little bit like Junior Firpo. I think every time he had just got over his injury, we introduced him too early because we were desperate at left back. And he got another niggling injury and it set him back and it set him back. Now we all know what we think about Junior Firpo. But we do need him to be fit. We do need him to start getting some minutes, because if we don't, what we're going to get for him as a sell-on if we do want to offload him. The same with Diego Llorente. Everybody's got mixed opinions about Diego. I actually still quite like him still. Every single one of our back four, apart from Ayling and Strike, who's still young, is an international. They can't be that bad. They just need confidence, and they need to play together and build up a rapport with one another. And I think anybody with Voba is going to get that, because they know they've got him at the side of him. And I think he's going to be the new captain for the defence. He looks like he's the most vocal out of all the ones that we've got, and hopefully that's a good thing. He certainly looks the part when he came on, and we've only seen him for a game and a bit, but I'm very impressed with him. Nonto was largely nullified. He huffed and he puffed and he tried his hardest, and he was probably still our best player on the pitch. Aronson, as I said, was better. Rodrigo couldn't really get a grip on the game. He couldn't really make his mark on the game because he wasn't getting the service. So I'm not really blaming Rodrigo in that respect. It was just bang average, really, due to the fact that he never got anything. Meslier the same. Meslier wasn't really troubled. Did they even have one shot on target? I'm not sure they did. I like the fact he came out and punched for a few. That was good, and had the confidence to come out. Bamford coming on. I thought he also looked rusty. You can't argue he's got 3 and 2. we all know he's a totally different player to Rodrigo. He was what the forward line was built around with Bielsa, and I think you could apply that to Jesse's style as well, which is why we were in for CDK for so long. However, he needs time, you know, and you can say how much more time does he want? But he needs regular short stints of playing time before he's fully back. We need to be patient with that one. And then the problem is, well, no problem. We've got Routier. I didn't expect him to play at the weekend. He hasn't played for a little while. We don't want to rush him onto the pitch just so we can see him, and then to pick up a silly little injury. You know, he needs to be playing some regular games. In training, he may even get thrown into the under-21s for a game before he starts playing some minutes for the first team. But it's exciting. You know, we've not lost. We've not lost against a top 10 team. So that's refreshing. I think that's all I've got to say at the moment. But yeah, it's good times ahead. I can see a little bit of light now. The Jesse video that I made, you know, if it can turn it around, that's great. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to see anybody out of a job. I don't want there to be a witch hunt for any of our Leeds players, managers, backroom staff, board. You know, we all want what's best for the club. And, you know, last week, something had to give this week. We needed the results this week. Now, we've played 2 games this week and we've not lost. And we didn't concede against the Premier League opposition, which is fantastic. You know, we nullified Newcastle. We've got 0-0 against Brentford. You know, they're both in the top 10 for good reason. So it's positives. But Nottingham Forest now, we have to get something from Nottingham Forest, and I think it needs to be more than 1 point. I'm still not overly impressed by the tactics of Jesse Marsh, but I can see the squad. I can see what he's trying to do, but I think he needs to do it with more width. We can't play so vertically up the pitch and leave those gaping chasms either side, because we have some of the best wingers in the world in the Premier League, and they will just punish us, you know. So moving forward, great result. Well, good result. We've got a building block from this week forward. Let's hope our players push on. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, please like, and I'll catch you next week. Cheers.